right, well, as we start seeing that mercury rising, it can be uncomfortable, say the least, for humans, not to mention some of our furry friends. I have an English bulldog. This time of year, she can't go outside. So joining this morning is Alicia and Beatrice to kind of talk a little bit about what we should do with our animals and protect them when it comes to the summer months.
You know, when it gets hot outside, it's not comfortable for us, and it's definitely not comfortable for our animals. So we just want to make sure that they're comfortable and that we're taking care of them, because it's hard for them sometimes to communicate with us when they don't feel good. You know, if your pet really likes to go for walks, be mindful of how hot it is outside. Walk them in the early mornings or in the evening when the sun's not at its peak. And a really great rule of thumb is to put your hand on the concrete. If your hand, when you put it on there, is really hot, how do you think that feels in their paw pads? So they can burn their paw pads, they could blister, crack. So we want to make sure that we're feeling the concrete, making sure it's not too hot for our dogs when we take them on their walk as well.
Now, for those of you who don't know, dogs can also suffer from heat exhaustion, heat stroke. It can be pretty serious in some cases. So what are some of the signs for people to look out for to realize, okay, there's something wrong with my animal, and what should you do if you realize my dog or even my cat could be having some issues?
So most of the signs in heat stroke are very similar to what you'll see in people, besides the excessive panting. But absolutely panting way more than normal. If they're lethargic, if they start vomiting or going to the bathroom on themselves, they can also experience different things like loss of appetite. So you want to make sure you're keeping an eye on them, and just that they're acting normal, they're acting typical for their behavior. And if you see something out of the ordinary, try to cool them off the best you can. Use a hose. Frozen packs of vegetables are really great. Anything you can do to kind of get their body temperature down. And if it's not working, you want to always bring them to a vet. It's always better to be safe than sorry.
Any other tips that you have as we, again, start hitting the oppressive months? I mean, right now it's hot, but July and August, you know,
it's
even
just
worse.
The beginning of the heat. So you want to make sure you always keep them and have access to shade if they're going to be outside for an extended period of time. Always access to get out of the sun. Cool water. So you don't want water that's been sitting outside for hours that's warm and hot. You don't want to drink that. Neither do they. So put some ice in their water bowl if it's going to be outside. And then always, you know, just be mindful of your pets. Don't leave them outside for very long when it's hot. Bring them inside. Let them enjoy the air condition just as much as you do. And like you said, you know, certain animals are more prone to heat exhaustion than others. So animals like bulldogs, pugs, any animals with a short snout or a kind of a smushy face dog, they are way more susceptible to heat stroke than dogs like Beatrice.
Now, Beatrice is looking for her forever home. So if you want a dog to maybe hang out with you during the summer months, maybe your kids need a companion while they're on school break, she's for adoption.
She is. She's very sweet. She's 9 years old, so she is a senior, but she is very playful, and she is just a loving dog that would be great for just about any household. We're not really sure what her breed is. She is a mix, that's for sure. We think she's got some chow in her. She's got the purple on her tongue. But she's really a great dog, and she's very calm. So you don't have to worry about puppy behavior, her chewing on all of your things when you bring her home. But she's really a wonderful dog.
And she hasn't stopped smiling since she came into our studio. She's had a smile on her face since she walked in. So if you're interested in Beatrice or learning more about the services at the LA SPCA, you can always call the phone number right there on your screen or visit their website, la-spca.org. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.